All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the upLIFT Tribe team call. We are so excited to have you guys on tonight, and I'm super excited because I don't have to do all the talking. So this is my husband, Brian, and
Hey.
he is jumping on the call tonight with us. So fun little secret is that Brian is literally like the backbone of my business. So you guys see all the things that I do, but to be totally real, I would definitely not be here if it wasn't for him, because I probably would have given up when humps in the road came, and he has kept me sane and pushing forward over the past 4.5 years. And so I'm just excited to have him on tonight. Brian has literally since day one owns like the financial side of things. And so weeks and months when I feel like my business isn't growing or I'm just like at a wall or standstill, he literally looks at me and says, Caroline, no, you're not. This was your biggest check you've ever gotten. You had the most challengers you've ever gotten. You had the most coaches sign up ever this month. Like, he tells me these things, which, by the way, he literally told me that just the other day. But that's just the reality of, like, sometimes we get in a rut and we kind of just see, like, the here and the now and how we're feeling. And it's good just to have someone who can kind of be like, nope, truth bomb, you're actually doing great. So he's tracked every single, like, Success Club number every month. He has tracked literally like every check, every, from the time that we, team cycle bonuses. I mean, from the moment that I started this business where it felt like we were losing money, which we weren't because I was just investing in my own health and fitness, but to now. So it's just cool to see kind of like how it's all come together. He creates cool little graphs for me and says, look, see that spike in your business? So that is why we were bringing him on tonight to talk about finances, because it is something that I do love, but it's not always something I'm great at explaining. And so Brian has done all that in my business and more. And on top of that, Brian is also in sales. So about 6 or 7 months ago, I don't even know if it's been that long, he took a new position with a company where he's in insurance sales. So he works for Farm Bureau. And so day in and day out, like, he's selling. And so he has gone through sales school and learned a lot that I think applies to our Beachbody businesses as well. And so I'm just excited for him to hop on here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And again, if you have any questions at any point during this presentation, just feel free to drop them over in the chat box. All right. Cool. So I'm going to dive in, Brian. Yeah, I think you should be able to just click that.
Oh. So can you guys see that? Yeah, we're sharing the screen, right?
Yeah, they can see it.
This technology, So financial fun with the upLIFT Tribe. So I like to start out just kind of talking about this, I guess, in our kind of presentation. I don't know how many of you guys know Dave Ramsey or follow Dave Ramsey. He's kind of like the guy behind Financial Peace University. He's someone who's very against debt and, against making dumb decisions. And I heard him actually on his podcast one day talk about this, and was really intrigued, but I can't read that part of it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. I have your faces covering up the screen, so yeah.
Anyways, so as you can probably read the quote there, but on his podcast, he said, if you're in an MLM, so he's talking about multi-level marketing. He said, if you're in multi-level marketing and it's legitimate, and you're really doing some good stuff, then I'm fine with it. I've got no issue. I've got several friends who are doing some really cool stuff. The Beachbody team is doing some really cool stuff. I'm giving them a free endorsement right now. So essentially, someone called in and was asking about kind of like what he thinks about multi-level marketing companies and all this stuff. And he basically was kind of giving his thoughts on it. And he said, there's nothing wrong with multi-level marketing companies as long as their people are doing stuff legitimately. They're not trying to make you purchase like thousands of dollars worth of inventory and all this stuff. And he actually, of any kind of business out there that's got a multi-level marketing aspect to it, he literally talked about Beachbody and kind of gave him, like he said, a free endorsement, and just was talking about how he knows people that are Beachbody coaches and are doing some really awesome things. But he also said, he's like, there's kooks in every bunch. And there's some people, that also are in Beachbody that just do, coaches that are just annoying and do kind of give multi-level marketing a bad image. But I thought that was a cool thing about that Dave Ramsey would give a free endorsement to Beachbody of all companies. So made me feel, more confirmed that we made the right decision, and hopefully that you guys also feel that way, that you made the right decision when, kind of starting this journey. So kind of go on to the next slide. Essentially one of the things I really want to talk about today, because I know that some of you guys are newer than others, and there's just so many ways you can like earn income with Beachbody that, and a lot of things you might not realize or you haven't heard about. So I just kind of want to go through all the different ways that you can earn an income, just to kind of give you some kind of motivation and see the potential of what a business like this can do for your family, and kind of, how it can change your whole outlook on your potential to earn a really, good living and good paycheck. Obviously, the goal is to help people, but it's good to know how you can help yourself while you're helping others, and kind of the way to maximize that. So real quickly, you can see these are all the different ways that you can essentially earn money through Beachbody. So the first one is retail, which is essentially just like if you sell a challenge pack, you get a commission. So I think it's 25%, right?
25%, yeah.
So you get 25% of whatever that challenge pack is, and that's just straight commission. And then every time you sell a challenge pack, you get Success Club points. And as you guys probably know, if you get 5 Success Club points, you're getting Success Club 5 and you get a prize. So another little free thing that Beachbody does to reward their coaches. And I don't know how many of y'all know this, but each year there's a Success Club trip, and you have to qualify for it. But if you qualify, and it's really not too difficult, you can go to some pretty cool places. We actually went to Cancun, Mexico this past year. And
ours was completely paid for. We paid a little bit extra for an upgraded room. But
it was worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. But it was like extra $300 or something just for like an upgraded room. But it would have been totally free, and you can win that free trip by literally just hitting Success Club 5 every month.
And I think next year they're going on a cruise in 2019. I think it's in March. So if you applied for it this year and got it, you would get to go to, it's like a 5-day cruise on the nicest Royal Caribbean ship. It looks awesome. And we're actually not going to be going this year because I've got a work trip at the same time, but
to Ireland. So
yeah. But anyway, so definitely just a great thing about, that they offer that trip, and they're really cool trips always. But another way you can make an income is through subscription. So, when you sell a challenge pack, it gets them signed up for Home Direct Shakeology. And so each month that they stay on Home Direct, you get, I think it's about like $15 or so per Home Direct Shakeology that goes out. So, over time, as you sell challenge packs and develop a customer base, and they stay on Home Direct Shakeology, that's $15 that will start adding up really quickly and can really kind of help grow your residual income that just keeps paying you, each month.
I'll just say something really quick. When we talk about having the back door of your business closed, that's kind of what we're talking about, is finding ways to keep people on Home Direct Shakeology to where you don't just have people come into a challenge group and the next month they cancel Shakeology. We want for people to, or Performance Sign or whatever, we want for people to love this stuff so much that they're literally like, okay, next month I can't work out without Energize. Like maybe they only stay on Home Direct Energize, but like staying on those things. And that's what we talk about. We say, hey, trying to close the back door of our business, because ultimately that compounding is going to really help grow your income.
Again, this type of business is not like it's just not a, once like sale and you're done with the customer. You want to create a relationship because, you want to get great results. And then the more they're with you, the more they're going to keep renewing those subscriptions. And the kind of more you're going to see that line of your income each month start going up. So it's a really important thing to kind of keep focus on. Team cycle bonus is another way that you can, earn an income. And we're going to kind of break these down each one as we go. But team cycle bonus, some of you guys might have heard of matching bonus, fast start bonus, fast start plus bonus, quarterly bonus. So lots of bonuses. And some of those, those are weekly bonuses that you'll see that you can get. And then things like the quarterly bonus are like thousands of dollars that you can earn every quarter. I'm talking thousands. So some exciting stuff, especially if, you're really trying to do this business to replace your full-time income at another job or whatever you're trying to do. So we'll kind of dive into it. So this is So this is a team cycle bonus. So team cycle bonuses, and I'll try to explain this as simply as I can. This diagram should help. But basically, when you become an Emerald coach, you become eligible to get team cycle bonuses. So essentially, when you're an Emerald coach, you have a coach on your strong leg and a coach on your weak leg. And so if you look at the diagram, you've got you at the top, and you've got a left leg and a right leg. And all you need is one person on each leg to start getting team cycle bonuses. And in order to get a team cycle bonus, you have to have 200 PV on your one leg and 100 PV on your weak leg. And so when you put those two together, it equals one team cycle bonus, which equals 300 balance volume points. So basically you're taking 200 points from one leg and then you're taking 100 points from another leg, and that combines to make one team cycle bonus. And as an Emerald coach, you earn $14 for every time you get a team cycle bonus. And then as a Diamond coach, you earn $18 for every team cycle bonus. The great thing about the team cycle bonuses is that there is a maximum, but you can get a bunch per week. So if you look down here at this chart where you see all the coach ranks, so you start with coach and then Emerald and Ruby, Diamond, all that. You can see that as an Emerald coach, you earn $14 per cycle, but you can earn up to $250 in team cycle bonuses per week as an Emerald. So, that's $14 probably times about, say close to 20 team cycle bonuses you can earn a week before it kind of caps out as an Emerald coach. And then it just goes up from there. So as a Diamond coach, you're going to earn $18 per team cycle bonus, and that you can max out each week at $2,000 in team cycle bonuses a week. So that's just weekly. So, if there's 4 weeks in a month, you can max out as a Diamond coach at $8,000 a week in just team cycle bonuses alone. So right there, if you just, if you can get your volume up, which your volume is made from coaches under you selling challenge packs, and your coaches and anybody that's under you kind of selling those challenge packs. So that's the importance of kind of building a strong team and building your coaching team, your sales team to help you do that. And I don't know if you guys can hear, Inline's a little upset, so I apologize if you hear a little screaming baby in the background. Caroline had to go check on her. But we're going to keep rolling here. So as you can see, as you go up in rank, you can earn some big dollars, big paychecks per week, if you're maxing out those team cycle bonuses. So it's pretty crazy when you look at those numbers, the potential that you can earn. So I'm going to go to the next slide. So a matching bonus is essentially something where whenever your coaches get a team cycle bonus, you can earn either 5 or 10% of whatever their team cycle bonus is. So you earn 5% if you're an Emerald coach, but if you're a Diamond and above, you earn 10% on your personally sponsored coach's team cycle bonus. So let's say that, so I'm a coach under Caroline, for those of you that don't know, and she can talk all about signing up your husband if you don't kind of know how that works, if you're married, because there's definitely advantages to that too. Let's say that I'm a coach under Caroline and I earned $100 in team cycle bonus. Well, since she's a diamond and above, she earns a 10% matching bonus on her on my team cycle bonus. So if I earned $100 in team cycle bonuses, she would get $10. So it's not a lot, but it can add up over time. So for instance, on this diagram, it shows if a diamond coach had, 6 personally sponsored coaches, and all of them each earned that amount of money in team cycle bonuses underneath, each little dot there, they would earn $150 in matching bonus in a matching bonus as a diamond coach. So just another little way that Beachbody, kind of rewards those coaches that are building strong sales teams. All right, now I'll talk about Fast Start bonus. So a Fast Start bonus is that you get commission if you enroll a coach who purchases a challenge pack. So when you enroll a coach and they purchase a challenge pack, you get, I think it's $50 every time you enroll a coach and they purchase a challenge pack. It's called a Fast Start bonus. And then there's also a Fast Start Plus bonus, to where if you enroll 5 personally sponsored coaches who buy a challenge pack within a 5-week period, you get a $100 bonus. So not only do you get the $50 every time you enroll the personally sponsored coach and they buy a challenge pack, you also get a bonus of $100 if you've done all that in a 5-week period. So, you earn 50 times 5, that's $250, and then another $100 bonus. So that's $350 you could earn in 5 weeks just by signing up 5 coaches in a row who all buy a challenge pack in a 5-week period. And I'll take some questions at the end of this kind of section. I just want to go through that. If you want to just do questions. Or
yeah, that sounds good.
So quarterly bonus is another fun one. Quarterly bonuses happen every quarter, and they're only for 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star diamonds. Well, if you're like a 3-star, 4-star, you would just qualify for a 2-star. So as long as you're 2-star or above, you get the 2-star bonus. So essentially how it works is Beachbody takes all the total sales generated by all of the coaches in a given quarter and gives 0.5% to all the coaches in each category. So if you're a 2-star, then you would get 0.5% of whatever the total sales generated by all the coaches in a quarter was. So here's an example down here. This was in quarter 3 of 2017. A 2-star bonus was $890 for that quarter.
Wasn't it more this year too? This past quarter?
I think it was about somewhere around there.
The same.
And so if you're a 3-star or 4-star, you would still just get the 2-star. But if you're a 5-star diamond, you would get not only the 5-star bonus, which right there was $2,300, but you would also get the 2-star bonus. Since you're a 5-star and a 2-star, technically you're above that. So you would get the $2,300 plus the $890. So as you can see, the reason it gets bigger as you go up is because there's less and less coaches at those ranks, and they still split it by 0.5% of the total sales. So, as you get up higher and there's less coaches there, that percentage, that money, that pot is bigger because it's not being divided by as many coaches.
And they're getting these quarterly bonuses. So one thing to remember, so they're getting these quarterly bonuses, 4 times a year, basically. So if I'm a 10-star diamond coach, just to show an example, what's that keep showing up?
Don't move it.
If I'm a 10-star diamond coach, I'm getting $12,000 plus the $2,000 plus the $890 4 times a year. Like, obviously those numbers change a little bit depending on how much Beachbody does, but 15-star diamond coach 4 times a year is getting $42,000 plus 12 plus 2,000. I mean, obviously these are harder rankings to get to, but we all know people who are 5-star diamond coaches. We have a 5-star diamond on our team. I'm a 2-star diamond coach. So it just gives you an idea of kind of like where the rankings are and the quarterly. I mean, when you get to 2-star, that is honestly where the game starts to change and you really start to see your income really go up.
Yeah, I mean, there's the top coach in the business. She's got 4 business centers that are 15-star diamonds. So, I mean, each year she's supporting this. If this, you know, she got all those, that'd be about 60,000, let's just say, per business center. And she's got 4 of them. So it's $240,000 she makes per quarter just in team.
Just team cycle bonuses. We're not talking.
No, and these quarterly bonuses.
Or quarterly bonuses. We're not talking cycle bonuses. We're not talking commissions. We're not talking anything else. Like, that's legit just quarterly bonuses.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Something to shoot for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really cool thing that Beachbody does. And, you know, it's kind of one of those things that makes it motivating to shoot for those high ranks, because when you get those quarterly bonuses, I mean, those are game changers, you know. So go on to the next
and
slide.
Just so everyone knows, just because I'm not 100% sure if we touched on this, but if you're a new coach and you're listening to this call and you're like, what the heck is a 2-star diamond coach? So a 2-star diamond coach just means that you have, so you're a diamond yourself, and then on each leg of your business, you have a diamond coach. So diamond on your right, diamond on your left. If you had 2 diamonds on one leg, you would still be a 1-star diamond coach. It has to be one person on each leg. So obviously getting to 5-star is a little more difficult because you've got to have 2 underneath on each side and then 1 on one side. Does it make sense? So it's not just like, hey, get 5 diamonds on your team. That's not how it works. I could be a 10-star. I could have 10 diamonds on my team, but just now be a 5-star diamond coach. So it really depends. And that's why it's so hard sometimes to know, like, oh, well, this person's a 5-star diamond coach. They're probably making tons of money. Like, that might not be true. Someone who's a 2-star diamond coach might be actually making more because they have more volume and more coaches on a certain leg. There's just so many factors, but I just want to throw that out there because
basically in order to get
it's easy to kind of get confused with that stuff.
Yeah. In order to get like any kind of like 5-star, 10-star, you got to have it balanced out with the amount of diamonds you have on each leg.
Yeah. And that's why it's really important that you guys, as you're adding coaches to your team, like, feel free to set up a mentorship or like just to consult with me and Brian, even if you're not a direct person who's a personally sponsored coach of mine, even if you're my grandchild in the business, like, anytime that you guys just want advice on that of like, hey, where do I place this person? Because that kind of stuff can get a little confusing. And just because we've been in it for 4.5 years now, it can be good just to have some guidance on that.
All right. So just kind of a way to maximize your income. So obviously you want to sell challenge packs because that's how you get the commission. You want to grow your subscriptions because that keeps, you know, kind of that residual income coming back. And then I kind of mentioned this earlier, but if you're married, you want to consider signing up your spouse on your weak leg. And we can, if that's something you're interested in, you haven't done yet, you want kind of more info about it, we can talk to you about it, just kind of the advantages of it and why you want to do that early on in your business, because it pays off in the long run. I'm the first coach under Caroline's weak leg. So basically what happens is any volume that she gets under her weak leg, I get team cycle bonuses off of that. And then she also gets team cycle bonuses off that. So it's kind of like you're maximizing the team cycle bonuses that you can get.
So when I sell a challenge pack to someone, because I'm a 2-star diamond coach, I got to open up another business center. So I have like a Caroline and a Caroline squared kind of thing. So that business is on my weak leg underneath of Brian. So what happens is I sell a challenge pack to someone and I send it through that account, and all of a sudden Brian's getting volume from that and getting a team cycle bonus, and then I'm getting volume from that and getting a team cycle bonus. So all of a sudden,
and you're getting the commission from this.
All of a sudden, instead of making $50 off the challenge pack, I'm now making, I don't know the exact number, but let's just say like
plus 18 plus 18.
So you know, whatever that ends up
whatever
being.
that math is, I don't know. I'm not very good at math, but
$86 off of the challenge pack. So it just gives you an idea of like how having that kind of can help you. And that's another perk to getting to 2-star.
So obviously you want to advance in rank, because you know, growing your team of personally sponsored coaches is how you get there. Really just go for Emerald. I mean, you know, if you're married, you can, you know, if you just sign up your first coach, then you just sign up your husband on your other leg and boom, you're Emerald real quick. And then go for Diamond. Because really, you know, Diamond's where you start kind of seeing, okay, this is where I'm starting to notice, some income is really starting to go, and then just go from there. Because, you saw as a diamond coach that you can max out your team cycle bonuses at $2,000 per week. And that's a pretty good week, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I will say too, like, Emerald's a decision. So if you're on this call right now and you're not Emerald yet, go back and listen to last week's call. We did an Emerald, push to Emerald call. But Emerald's really a decision. It's saying, hey, I'm going to sign up my spouse, and maybe it's talking to your best friend, or it's talking to someone that you know and saying, hey, would you mind being my first coach on that other leg? Like, purchasing a challenge product, I'll help you get results. Like, maybe it's signing up a discount coach and saying, hey, now that I've got you there, this pushes me to go find someone else for that spot, so that, if they want to cancel or whatever after the first month. But you can figure out Emerald if you really put your head to it. And I think that Emerald really is just a decision. And I even like to I don't like to put a lot of focus on Emerald, y'all, because Diamond is honestly where it's kind of where you start to see growth in your business. And I think that it's kind of, I don't know, like Emerald's just kind of a stop along the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
And then finally, you want to build your team volume for team cycle bonuses. So the leadership ladder kind of helps you understand how to, what to shoot for at what rank as far as weak leg volume goes. So you really want to, kind of just build that team volume, because that's going to be how you really start to kind of see that, income grow each week.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a little bit more just about building your weak leg. So your strong legs, basically the difference in your weak leg and your strong leg is your strong leg is going to be the leg that your coach and all the coaches above you can also sign. When they sign up somebody, it goes under that leg. So like basically when anybody that's above you signs up somebody, you're just gonna see them all of a sudden appear on that one leg, and that's called your strong leg. And then your weak leg is the leg that you or only your personally sponsored coaches can put people on that leg. So it's kind of like up to you to build your weak leg. I mean, you're still gonna put people on your strong leg because you need to, but your strong leg is strong because you've got people above you putting coaches on that leg. They're not your personally sponsored coaches, but they're just coaches there that are going to help that volume on that leg grow. So weak leg is key to, you might have a really strong leg. Like you might have like 5,000, team volume on your strong leg. And so, if you only have 100 weak leg volume, then you're only going to get one team cycle bonus, even though you have 5,000 on the strong leg. But if you have 2,500 on your weak leg, then you're going to get 25 team cycle bonuses, because you just matched it 5,000 and 2,500, and that makes 25 team cycle bonuses. So that's something to kind of just be, pay attention to. In the back office, it shows how much you have on your weak leg for that week and how much you have on your strong leg. It'll actually say right and left leg. But if you need help figuring out which one's your strong leg and which one's your weak leg, Caroline can kind of help you do that.
Totally.
As I said, the more team volume your weak leg generates, the higher your income is going to be. So always place your spouse on your second CBC, which we'll get there when you're 2-star. But always place your spouse on your weak leg. That's kind of, and again, if you're not sure which one it is, talk before you sign up your husband. Just call Caroline and she'll kind of help you identify it. All right. Well, I put husband on your second CBC on a weak leg. We kind of talked about this. So we'll just kind of go ahead and skip through this. You can go back and review it if you need to. Let's see. I think we already talked about this too.
Yep.
All right. Got a little
excited.
So tracking financial growth. This is a great way, like Caroline said, that, I just kind of started doing, because I'm just like, I kind of want to see if, what we're doing, like if this is really worth what time and energy we're putting into it. Are we losing money? Are we making money? Is it growing? Is it just kind of flat? And so, we have a spreadsheet for this, but
And
might
I
be
can share that with y'all
and
too.
it could be a little complicated if you're not, familiar with like spreadsheets and stuff, but essentially what you want to do is just track your weekly paychecks and just kind of, it's good to go back and look because, over time, give it a year. John always says give it a year, really give it a solid year, putting your hard work into it. And you will see over time that paycheck is going to start growing. And then also track your Success Club points, each month, and track your team cycle bonuses. And it might be slow, it might be fast, but you're going to see that that's going to increase each month in each year. And because now we've been kind of doing this for several years, so we can look year to year and just kind of see how over years it's just going up. And so it's really encouraging, especially in those tougher months when you might, have a down month, but then you look back and it's like the trend line's still going up. So just a way to kind of keep yourself encouraged and know that you're making strides.
Definitely.
So now that you've seen kind of what's possible as far as, the type of income you can make, and just the FY, I think I saw actually that the top coach, the highest earning coach in 2017 made $3 million. So just, showing that. But so anything's possible. But how do you get there? Like how do we get to that point? And that's kind of where we're going to talk about sales and kind of the numbers game. So if any of you guys have ever been kind of involved in sales, it's pretty much everybody's going to tell you it's a numbers game. You're going to get rejected. You're going to hear people say no. But the more people you talk to, the better chance you are of going to be able to make a sale. Yeah. The more people you talk to, eventually you're going to find someone who says, yeah, I'm interested. I'll buy, the challenge pack. I like that idea. When I was starting out at Farm Bureau, they were saying like, look, you just got to ask enough people and you're going to be successful. That's all it takes. Like I said, you're going to get no's, but ask enough people and you're going to get a yes. They said that like a typical sales ratio is that for every 10 people you talk to, you're going to have 3 people that are going to express interest. And out of those 3 people that you talk to and they express interest, you might have a call with them or whatever, then typically one person's going to say yes. Now that ratio isn't, just like automatic or the same for everybody. Especially when you start out, the ratio might be lower. You might take 15 people to talk to you before you get a yes. And then as you improve on your kind of how you talk to people and who you realize is the right people to talk to, that number might get higher. You might get 2 people that say yes for every 10 people you talk to.
And I think you said something really good the other day too when we were talking about this. It's just like it's really easy to compare yourself to other people of like, okay, well they talk to 25 people a day and they hit Success Club 20, or whatever. But it may just be that if you're a new coach, you need to talk to more people. It may be that you're going to figure it out. You're going to learn along the way. And I know I have. There's a lot of things that I do way different now than I did before. But two, I think sometimes it's also just that like people want to see you and they want to see you kind of just stick with it and be consistent and build trust with you. And people aren't always willing to just like go all in at first if they don't know anything about you, especially those people who are like cold prospects, people that you've met through Instagram. Like they don't know a whole lot about you until they start to see you helping other women and start to see some of those results. So I would just say like with that, just know that in the beginning, you may have to talk to more people and your ratio may be way lower. You may talk to 10 people and get nobody interested, but know that that's kind of like the typical.
Yeah. And it's easy too to like look at, especially for new coaches to look at Caroline and see like the engagement she's getting on Instagram and think like, well, it must be easy for Caroline to sell a challenge pack because she's got a lot of people, that express interest whenever she posts about a challenge group or whatever. And yeah, like it's definitely easier than when she first started, but you got to remember that like Caroline started with 0 followers on that account and she's built it up over time. And just like in any business, you're going to start with 0 customers and you've got to find a way to, Like, it's going to be hard at the beginning. You're going to talk to a lot of people, and you're going to have to reach out to a lot of people. People aren't just going to run to you and ask you for what you do. So it's just a matter of just starting and just putting your head down and say, yeah, I might talk to 9 people and all of them are going to say no, but I know this ratio, is a proven fact. And if I just keep talking to someone's going to say yes. And it's going to continue to get easier and easier. And, that ratio is going to get better. It's just a matter of pushing through. I've had those days already where I'm like, man, it seems like everybody I call, and these are Farm Bureau customers that I've been calling, they're just not interested, or I can't get a hold of them, and it's like, it just makes you want to kind of give up for the day, but it's like, no, I've got to push through. And lo and behold, they'll talk to someone and they say yes. And it just like makes you want to push through, even, keep going. Cause it's like, man, I can do this. Exactly. So just, don't give up. But another kind of way to be successful is just to have the mindset. And this is the mindset that I've had in my business. And I think, Caroline's been the same way, but, and, there's times obviously when it's tougher than others, you might need some encouragement, but failure should not be an option. Like if you go into this business thinking like, well, kind of see how it goes. That's fine for the first few months because you're feeling it out, whatever. But it's going to get hard. Like you're going to have times where, you're going to hit a roadblock and you're going to get, like I said, like 10 no's in a row or 20 no's even in a row. But if you think that, okay, if you have the mindset that you're not going to fail, like you're going to find a way to succeed, then you're going to find a way to succeed. You just have to have that mindset that failure is not an option. Because if you do that, then you've got no other choice but to figure it out, figure out what works. If you keep getting rejections, or, if you keep having people say something that, is an objection, and it's like, how do you overcome that? So, you always got to be thinking positively, and that you're going to figure out how to succeed, if you really want to succeed. Because if you even let yourself think that maybe I'm not cut out for this, or maybe, I'll just try it out, and then chances are when there's something comes along, it's a hurdle or a setback, you might give up. As I said, most people, I like this kind of bottom part, but most people quit when it gets tough. Successful people don't, and that's why they're successful. That's the only difference. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes through the same hurdles and setbacks, but the successful people don't give up just because it gets tough. They're the ones that push through the walls, and that's what makes them successful. That's the only difference. So let's kind of do a little kind of backtracking. So if your goal is to hit Success Club 5, then try reaching out to 30 people. You might get 9 who express interest. This is all based on that ratio. You reach out to 30 people, you get 9 people who would express interest. And according to the ratio, odds are you should get 3 people to say yes. And for every 1 person that says yes and buys a challenge pack, that's 2 Success Club points. So if you have 3 yeses, you hit Success Club 5. So just kind of think about it like that. And
it's all about reverse engineering your
goals.
Yeah,
exactly. Just like if your goal is Success Club 5, and you know that it takes 3 yeses, and you know that in order to get 3 yeses, you've got to talk to 30 people, and that's what you need to do. That's what you need to shoot for.
And those 30 people are people that's not just like a message where they, reply back and are talking about something completely not doing with the actual like group or anything like that. These are 30 people that said yes, like,
like
that you've talked to and you've presented the challenge group to them. So we'll go into ways that you can do that in just a little bit. But just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Yeah, that was a good point. But yeah, so, just kind of a way to unpack that and make it real life. But, 30 people, it might sound like a lot, but it's really not when you think about there's 30 days in a month. So that's like reaching out to 1 person a day. And I know you guys can reach out to more than 1 person a day. So, it's kind of like Success Club 5 should be something that, you really should try to be hitting every month. So just try to make that, kind of a goal and a place to start, and track it, track how many people you talk to each day.
Yeah. And we're going to dive into a couple of tools that we have for you guys on this, just 3 different tools. Here, do you want me to go ahead and dive into that, or?
What's next?
Um,
This is kind of a way. So we talked about kind of the selling aspect of like with the challenge pack, and then here's some other tips for kind of growing your business in terms of how to sign up coaches. Look for challenge great prospects. When you're looking to like who might be a good coach, think about your challengers. If somebody's had really great results, maybe talk to them and they seem like they're really interested. There, she good.
well, I was thinking you could.
Okay. Well, just finish that then.
Sorry, guys. Hashtag parent life. But yeah, challengers are really great prospects. So start to think about like who are those challengers in your challenge group right now. Go through the list. Think about who are those people. I mean, I see people on here right now that started as challengers, and those are the people who love the products, who've gotten results, who have seen how Beachbody can literally change people's lives. And so think about those people that that have, been plugged in as challengers, that could possibly be, business builders, or potential coaches. And then business builders are attracted to those who they feel they can learn from. So I know that we've chatted with a few of you guys who've said, I'm at this place where I've got a lot of discount coaches, but how do I attract business builders? Start to think about what can you bring to the table as their coach. Coaches or business builders, they are attracted to people that they know or that they can learn from, people who are creating a business that's duplicatable, people who are going to pour into them. Look, none of us feel equipped or worthy enough or whatever to be leaders in this business. But if we present ourselves in that way, people are going to be attracted to that and they're going to want to learn from us. And guys, 99% of the time, I feel like, how in the world am I leading a team of 150 coaches? Like, how did it get to this point? This is crazy. But the reality is that if you believe in yourself and if you believe that you've got what it takes and you've done it yourself and just find ways to make that duplicatable, like, people are going to be attracted to that. And then work to be the best coach and leader that you can be. Like, always be learning and show that on your social media posts, in your stories. Like, allow people to see how you are trying to grow as a leader and how you're pouring into your team and your coaches. Snap photos of one-on-ones that you're doing with your coaches. Like, people want to see that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and roll into really quick 2 tools that we have for you guys. So essentially, Brian and I really have just for a while been like, okay, how can we continue to hold you guys accountable? I know that so many of you guys, when you came to me and you said, I want to become a coach on your team, you said, I want you to hold me accountable to hitting my goals. You told me your big dreams. In fact, I have a Google form full of all of the stuff that you filled out when you became a coach, and those big dreams, those things that you wanted to see happen in this business. And I cannot tell you how many people who time and time again have said, I want to do this, I want to go all in. But sometimes, no matter what I do, it's hard to really hold people accountable to that and help them get there. And so I know a lot of you guys feel like, well, I'm working the business, I'm working so hard and nothing's happening. I'm posting every day and I'm putting content out there and no one's saying yes. And so we have decided to roll out basically kind of almost another form of accountability for you guys. So this is really for those coaches who are pushing, I don't want to say pushing for diamond, because some of you guys may be brand new and you might be just getting started on this, but maybe diamond is something that you want to hit by the end of the year. And so essentially, I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you guys. So this is a Google form. Let me just pull it up here that we will be using. It's going to look a little bit different than this. And I got this idea from a top coach. So I'm not even going to try to act like it was my idea. But it's pretty amazing. Essentially, every day you will fill this out. I'll be going in to make sure that you fill it out 5 times in a week. So 5 to 7 times if you really want to grow your business. So you can see here, it kind of just breaks down, like, it's very similar to the Power Hour worksheet, but a little bit more in depth. So did you do your workout? Did you drink your supplements? Did you do your personal development? And then here, it's going to actually encourage you to post in your Instagram stories. So we want you posting between 7 and 10 times a day. So you're just going to mark which ones you did in your stories. So this is just going to help hold you accountable to making sure that you're doing the things that really result in being successful and attracting those team builders and the people that want to jump into your challenge groups. Are you posting on Instagram once a day? Did you do a lead generator? So we'll talk more about that. How many new people did you connect with today? So you want to shoot for adding and expanding your network by at least 20 new people a day. So I want to chat really quickly about this new little thing called collections. So I didn't even know about this literally until today, guys. So I was like, this is amazing. So basically, if you go through your feed on Instagram and you see someone, so I'm going to click on someone right now, and you're like, oh, she's really cute. Oh, she's really cute. She looks like she would be a really great coach. So obviously you want to be interacting with that person. You don't want to just send them a one-off message, right? Like, hey, do you want to be a coach on my team? You want to build a relationship with them and then see if it goes there. And so in order to remember that person and to remember to be going back to their Instagram and engaging with them and commenting and like just interacting with them, you can go to their picture and then simply just mark this little like banner here on the right. And then you can do save to collection. So I just made 2 collections earlier. One is for my Finding Balance Bootcamp. So it's all the women who are already in the bootcamp. And that's just because I want to make sure that I'm interacting with their posts. I want them to feel like, Caroline remembers me. She's invested in me, like, because they're my people who've said yes. And so in order for me to like not get their Instagrams lost, I basically just saved all their Instagrams there. And then I did one for now called Potential Coaches. And so these are people who I'm like, okay, they get me. We look like we have similar lifestyles. And honestly, most of these people are people who've already gone through and commented on my post. So I've just gone back to my post and tried to take people who like my photos or who comment on my photos and add them into the collections. And so that is something new that I've started doing just to kind of get people organized and make sure that I'm really engaging with those people. And then I would just say too, like, you need to be adding as many people as you can on Instagram. Like, even if you're following 3,000 people and you only have 100 followers, like, the more people you can follow and try to get to your page, the better. But you've got to think about those pages that have people that want to follow you. Don't go follow, some big people that everybody in Beachbody's following. Like, think about those niche people, those people that, are similar to you, or they have something about them that's similar to you, or, Risen Motherhood, or I feel like I use that one as an example a lot. Or maybe it's a favorite brand of yours, like it's a Christian headband company or a TikTok company or whatever. Like, think about those people and make those the people that you are following. So shoot for adding 20 new people to your collection. So 20 new people that are potential coaches, or 20 new people that are potential challengers. And then how many people did you connect with today? So you want to shoot for connecting with 50 plus people each day. It might be a little less than the first few days you do this as you grow new connections. So you may have a little less at first. And 50 I know sounds like a lot. I know it does. But again, this is for people who are like, I am trying to get to Diamond ASAP. And then how many people did you invite to a fitness group today? So we want you guys to be shooting for at least 10 people a day. And you'll write that in the Power Hour document, which I'll show you in just a second. And then how many people did you invite to coaching today? Again, at least 3 people. It could be, again, this is saying, hey, you want to jump in my coach sneak peek or whatever. And then did you follow up today? So, some days are going to be follow-up days. I personally like to just do like follow-ups on Fridays typically. Or I'll just sit down and just follow up with a ton of people all at once. But this is just really easy ways you can keep people organized. And this is so we're shooting for people doing this 5 days a week. And these are the things that it's beyond that power hour, right? Like, power hour is great. That's a great starting point, but this is for those people who are like, I'm not hitting Success Club and I want to be hitting Success Club. Or there's people who are like, I want to grow this business. I want to do what Brian just talked about. Like, I want to start to see my finances grow. Like, I want to actually see some outcome from this. And again, this is a big commitment, but it's going to bring big results. And like, honestly, I really believe that if you are doing these things 5 days a week, like, you will have challenge groups that are full. You will have coaches coming on your team. Like, I believe it, because it is a numbers game. And so much of it is making sure that you're talking to enough people. And again, it's not saying that you push the challenge block on every single person. If you're shooting for, I hear people say all the time, I don't want to be focused on Success Club. I want to be focused on helping people. But here's the deal, guys. Like, if I'm focused on hitting Success Club, if I'm focused on hitting Success Club 5 or 10 or whatever, I'm going to probably if I meet 5 people along the way and challenge pack's not the right fit for them, I'm still going to connect them with what's the right fit for them. It's just going to push me to more people. So it's not saying that you don't connect people with the thing that they need. It's just saying that you're pushing yourself to talk to more people who might potentially need the challenge pack. And so it's changing your mindset in that sense as well. So the other thing too is that we have this really awesome little tracker here. So I don't know what I just said. Sharing is paused. Okay, hopefully that's working now. I am not I'm just gonna be real. I'm more of a, wait, so sharing is paused. Sorry guys, I don't know what I just did. I am more of the type of person who, I don't like tracking every single person that I talk to be honest. I like to just tally mark to make sure I'm talking to enough people. I don't think this is showing for you guys. I don't know what the problem is. I think I moved around too many screens. But basically, this is essentially a Google form, or I'm sorry, a Canva script. And I'll be sending this and posting this in upLIFT Tribe, but for you to print off that just shows you everything you need to do. And you just do like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. It's really awesome. Let me see if I can stop share and then resume share for you guys, if it'll show it. Just going on here. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. So basically right here on the far left, you're going to see what your daily target is. So 25 new accounts followed, 20 collections, 50 comments / messages / whatever, 3 to 5 invites, 5 to 10 invites. So you don't need to write every person's name down. Just tally mark it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? So print this off, and you can just use this each day to make sure you're doing all of those. And just tally mark them as you go, and then boom, you're done. You don't need to write every single person's name down. Honestly, I just feel like that's a waste of time. And I know I've done the same thing. I've put every person in streak. But it's like, okay, if that's not moving your business forward, you need to do things that are. So this is a really great tool for you to start to kind of keep track of all of that as well. So these are some of the things that we will be implementing, especially in our Future Diamonds group and then our Success Club Push group as well. And then there is another little sheet here, but I'm just going to shoot that to you guys later because I want to definitely give just a second. I want to be cognizant of y'all's time. I know lots of people have had to hop off here now. But is there any questions from anybody? We lost like 5 people because it's getting too late. All right, guys. Well, if there is no questions, Brian and I are around. Shoot me a text. Let me know if you have questions. Our child decided that it's time to wake up and party, apparently. Do you want to go night-night? Can you say hi?
Say hi.
It reminds me of my daughter so much. I can't. They're both Emmy.
I know.
She's so cute. Well, thanks, guys. You guys did such an awesome job. You're such an amazing leader. And I'm just like, that's the one thing. I'm like, I'm scared to grow my business. I'm like, how am I going to lead people? But like,